Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Louis' Garage. So it is summer here in New Zealand at the moment, and because it's summer, I am doing a few jobs here on the GTV because the weather's good and it makes me feel good, and because there's a bit more sunlight during the day. Right, so what are we doing today? Well, the car's been running really well, but I do want to improve the handling a little bit. I may do something to the anti-roll bars in the future, but at the moment I just want to do something nice and simple. It's already got the front strut brace, but I heard from one of the club members here in New Zealand that there's also these braces from Totally Alpha, and so I want to give that a go, and we are going to be fitting these in today. So what are we going to be doing? Well, let's have a look. So the brace basically goes here, which means that we need to take off two bolts on the door hinge here, so those two on the bottom, and we also need to remove a bolt that's just underneath this rubber cover. You might see the bolt there, and we also need to remove this rubber cover by unscrewing this T20 screw. Yeah, and then it should be pretty easy just to put this on. You get a new bolt that bolts up to the chassis at the front here, because obviously now we've extended it by that much, so it needs a new bolt with more thread, and then we just put it all back together. There is a bit of a gotcha though, which I will show you after we've removed this rubber thing. Something that you have to be aware of, which I dealt with myself. You don't actually have to jack up the car or anything like that. I'm just currently working on the brakes and getting that refreshed, and doing a few other bits and bobs, but I'll show you later. If you do mess this up, you may have to remove the wheel and remove the wheel arch, which is something I had to do on the other side. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and I don't think there's an install guide for these anywhere. I couldn't see it on the Totally Alpha website, so hopefully this video is going to be helpful to some Alpha owners out there. Right, so first things first, we're going to be removing the little bolt or little screw that's holding this rubber piece in. It is a T20 Torx, and you'll be able to just pull this rubber bit back a little bit, and then you'll get your screwdriver onto it. So it's not too hard, and it shouldn't be too tight in there. So we're just gonna unscrew that. Yeah, mine's actually pretty loose, because it's actually, just like, I think it's plastic behind the screw there. So it should be pretty easy to remove. Right, do that by hand from here. Yep, nice one. So that's the screw gone. And then there should be like just a bit of double-sided tape that's holding it in place. You just pull up on the rubber bit. There we go. And then you can pretty much just get this rubber thing completely out of the way. Yeah, which is nice. Right, and now that we've got that rubber thing out of the way, we can start undoing this 10mm bolt. I suggest you get a ratcheting spanner for this, and the gotcha is that there's some shims here. Well, I think on this side there's only one shim, but on the other side I had 4 shims for some reason. And the problem is that if you get this slightly wrong, the shim could actually drop into the wheel arch. So just while you're undoing the bolt, or maybe when you have it undone slightly, you can actually just hold on to the shim there and take it out, and then make sure it doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, let's use our ratcheting spanner. That's the wrong way. There we go. And the reason why you want to use a ratcheting spanner is pretty straightforward, because there's not much room here for a normal socket. So the ratcheting spanner is just a little bit easier. Yeah, look at that. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to get that out, hold on to the shim, and then we'll undo those two 13mm bolts at the back there. Rightio, so very similar story here. We're just going to undo these 2 bolts. They're actually pretty tight, so I'm probably going to need both hands for this, but yeah, you'll see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll undo those. Right, so I've got everything kind of loosely finger tight, just to make sure that everything's in position and I've got everything in the right place. And luckily I didn't actually have to take the shim out, because this one was kind of stuck on, because I think there's only one. So if there's only one, it's probably going to be corroded onto the fender anyway. But yeah, it's a good idea. I just used a little magnet just to make sure that it wouldn't drop. And then I put the new bolt in. This bolt is a bit longer and it's stainless steel, so make sure you use the new bolt that comes with the brace kit. And that's what it looks like when it's all installed. Yeah, so I guess I can just tighten up all the bolts and give it a try. No idea if it's going to make any difference. I don't know if I'm going to feel anything. But hey, I thought, since I'm making an order at Totally Alpha, might as well include that as well. And I guess it looks kind of racy-ish. When you open the bonnet, everyone will be like, "Oh, what's that?" Yeah, but I think it'll make somewhat of a difference. I've got no idea. Looks like the chassis is actually pretty strong. Everywhere else, like with the strut brace, and I heard that, the GTV, the coupe body, even has the strengthening of the spider at the back. But it does seem like this part of the chassis, there's, not that much bracing around here, especially at the top here. At the bottom, they have some extra bracing, just like the GTAs. But at the top here, doesn't look like there's much. So, maybe it'll help a little bit. And yeah, everyone comments about the little tiny fenders on the GTV. It is very, very tiny because the bonnet is all one piece. Look at that huge bonnet, one piece fiberglass. One of the first sort of, front clam fiberglass bonnets in a production car, even earlier than the Lotus Elise, I believe. Yeah, so I'll tighten all this up and then, yeah, I'll give you a bit of a verdict after I've had a bit of a drive. Alright everyone, and here's the GTV in all of its glory, including the side brace right there. Yeah, what a lovely place it is to work on these cars. It is just amazing to see the engine all the time. Great to have the bonnet up. It's probably one of the only cars where you would prefer to have the bonnet up rather than down, even when it is working. So yes, I've installed the braces. They've been on there for a while. Do I feel any difference with the braces on versus braces off? Not particularly, to be honest. Yeah, I think the strut brace does definitely make a big difference, and I would definitely recommend putting one of those on for all of these sort of performance or sports cars. These side braces, yeah, I don't know. The jury's still out on whether or not they actually make any difference. But look, I mean, it looks cool. It's a bit of bragging rights, I guess. I was ordering stuff from Totally Alpha anyway. So, I just tuck them in and they're very easy to install. So, why not? I guess is probably the attitude there. I think they probably do make some difference to performance. Otherwise, why would they bother? And it kind of makes sense because, this is sort of the point where the engine joins up to the rest of the car and the rest of the chassis. So there's actually going to be probably a bit of flex around this point on the car. So it's just making sure that, it's nice and stable and it stays nice and stiff. But yeah, honestly, I can't really tell you if there's any difference or not. But yeah, like I said, it looks cool. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. This is the first mod for the GTV. There's a whole lot of other videos coming for this car as well, including one where I'm trying to tackle the cam belt with the engine in situ. So, watch out for that one. That one is going to be quite interesting. But yeah, really loving the car. Absolutely amazing car. I want to make a bit more content of it. Maybe a few videos of me driving it, actually. So yeah, stay tuned and look out for some more videos on the 916 GTV.